right, off we go. Well, let's hold on just a second. I need to make sure. Trying to get some stuff done here to improve our quality. One of those things that I'm trying to do there we go. In my streaming program, so I'm using Streamlabs OBS, and I don't have a workout selected. That's not gonna work either. Man, this is a disaster. There we go. Alright, so what I'm trying is, they have this, what they call performance mode, for the streaming programs. I'm really I want to try to get those drop frames to stop. And, one of the things that we can do is we've got this performance mode, so hopefully that'll make the stream run more efficiently. But I don't have the preview, so that's why I had to jump off to make sure I was actually like framed up in the camera. All that stuff. So once I have a dedicated camera for each station, I shouldn't have to worry about that too much. I can just leave this one where it is, leave it framed up, and then I can have my secondary camera to monkey around with. So hopefully my audio quality is a little better than it was yesterday. I tried messing around with that audio gate to reduce fan noise, and I was pretty unimpressed with the result I got. And I know there's probably some more stuff I could play around with and get that gate to work a little bit better, but what I did was I went back to my old podcasting mic, which is super directional, and it doesn't capture the sound quite the way I'd really like it to, but it generally seems like it doesn't pick up as much of that background, like fan noise and all that stuff. Anyway, so here we are. Hopefully we're ready to rock and roll. We definitely can't say I haven't tried some things. One other thing that I could try, and I'm not super excited about this idea, but if I keep getting those drop frames, I could drop down. I'm just watching, kind of looking at my performance there for the stream. I could drop it down. I've got it streaming at 60 frames per second. I could drop that down to 30. But, I mean, 30, if I actually get 30, would be better than what it's been doing dropped and skipped frames. That has not been super watchable. But, you know, this is the early days of this particular channel. You're getting in on the ground floor. Watching something special start happening. Hopefully you're getting some good information about how to train with power as you've been muscling through some bad quality video. Alright, now I'm going to spend this last minute at a little higher cadence. Really get loosened up here. Oh, my man right in front of me there that I just passed, he's got my wheel set that I want. Only a level and a third. And that wheel set is mine. Alright, so this course, this is the Duchy Estate, and this is what we're going to be racing on tomorrow. I know that I've ridden these roads as part of the Harrogate circuit, but I've never ridden, I don't believe I've ever ridden this route. I think the laps are only like 3K. And the one thing I can see for sure is there's not a ton of climbing, but it's also not particularly flat. So it really kind of looks like there's going to be two main climbs. Looks like there's one coming up here. And now, of course, I'm in workout mode, so you know, the climb doesn't affect me here, you know, the grade, other than it slows my avatar down. But I'm not feeling the climb here yet, so it'll be interesting to see. I think after this workout, I may run a hot lap just to see kind of how it feels. Well, that little bump certainly wasn't the climb I was looking for. Must be right around this corner here. Well, I've definitely got myself all mixed up on where my avatar is in that in that upper right hand corner there. Well, we'll just keep riding and see what happens. I gotta say, none of those seemed all that super intimidating, but we'll be doing that 10 times. So, I'll be singing a different tune on lap 7, I'm sure. Hey, there we go. Yeah. First time around that circle. All right. So we've got our classic warm up here. We'll do 4 minutes of our high-end sweet spot. And you see what we've got coming up. Six times. Now I actually went in and took a look at my eye levels. I've been doing a lot of work. My eye levels have been changing. And even though I haven't done a lot of these intervals, the other work you do has an effect on your power duration curve. So even though I haven't really been doing a lot of these, the other work that I've been doing has contributed to this going up from 18 seconds to 19. So that's pretty cool. And then it's full recovery between each interval. So that'll feel really good. Should be able to get 6 good quality efforts in. Next week is a rest week. This is so I always do 3 weeks up, three builds, and then 1 rest. So this is the 3rd week in that we can call a 4-block cycle. So next week I build in a little bit more rest. And at the end of the week, I'll be retesting. I do feel like my FTP has changed a little bit. So yeah, okay, all right. I'm just looking over at that that map. That is that little mini map is. It's got to be showing me way more. Yeah, because it's got a KOM on there and stuff. So that's showing me like this whole road and not the course I'm actually on. So, well, man, you think a multi-year Zwift veteran like me would know that already, but hey, you learn something new every day, right? Seems like that should be a an update. Be nice to actually be able to see the profile of the course you're riding, but I suppose with the ability to change courses and all that stuff, like, it's probably harder than I think it is. It should be a 30-day PR coming through this sprint segment. I don't think I've ridden in Yorkshire in the last month. Might be wrong. Ah, there we go. All right. Warm up complete. All right, well, we're gonna get right into it here. Feel good and warm, good and loose. About a minute to go, and we're gonna crank out 800 watts. So, hopefully, just kind of planning out my gear here. Hopefully I'll hit the right gear right away. So we're not spending a lot of time in this zone, so the quicker I can find that gear, the more benefit I'm going to get from the workout. All right, 10 seconds, here we are. Watch out for that trail of flame behind me. Hopefully nobody's too close. All right, well, yeah. I think I found it there. Yeah, I think 19 seconds seems okay. So this is a 6% grade. You can kind of see the top from the bottom. Just evaluating this little hill. So, this type of workout is going to be super beneficial for what I'm going to need tomorrow. Now, of course, I'm not leaving myself any time to adapt, so don't expect to do this the day before a race and then to feel benefit from it on race day. This will translate more into next week's race. But it's good to know. It'll also be good to know if I can perform well on this course. It'll be nice to know that I can add another one to the mix and still feel, where I can feel competitive. Because I will race anywhere, but it is nice to be able to finish well. If I have my choice, I'll pick a flat route over a mountain route. I just know, when you have those long sustained climbs like that, I just know what's going to happen. You just have to adjust your expectations accordingly. So, here we are, 4 minutes left in this recovery, and I feel good to go. But, don't be too ambitious. We have a very specific amount of work we're getting done today. Stick to your plan. It's really easy, especially early on in a workout like this, to want to do a bunch of extra credit. I am speaking from experience because right now, especially after that effort, man, my legs feel good. Feel real good. I just want to put the pedal to the metal. But we still get to do that 5 more times. So just focus on, spinning this out. And the amount of sweat I'm dripping right now also speaks to the work on that interval. So, keep your cadence up. Focus on your form, focus on how you're sitting on the bike. There's a lot of stuff that you can do to improve your riding other than just hammering out some watts. So use this opportunity to do some of those things. Relax your shoulders, bend in your elbow. And there's, you've heard me say it before, sound like a broken record, but take your recovery efforts, your recovery intervals, every bit as serious as your active ones. There's a reason we do this. As painful as it might be, your active interval sometimes is physically painful. Your recovery effort sometimes is mentally painful. It's like the I can't drive 55 syndrome. I can't ride 175 watts. But what you will notice when you're not putting that kind of force down on your pedals, you might feel your saddle a little bit more. You know, so make sure you get up, stretch out, get your blood flowing, all that good stuff. It's, when you're riding with less force on your pedals and you put a little more weight, a little more pressure on your saddle, you're not lifting yourself off the saddle from the pedals. So hopefully that makes sense. I don't think I worded that the best way I could have, but I think you get the point. All right, 30 seconds, and we get to do another one. All right, so I think I'm going big ring in the front, up 2, I think, in the back. All right, let's get ready here. All right. Pick my gear real well. Four more. And this is one of those workouts where you can very dramatically see how your heart rate lags behind your muscular effort. You see how that first one, my heart rate really dove down right away. And this one just lingered for a couple seconds. You know, now it's diving back down. So we'll see that as the workout progresses as well. That your heart rate just doesn't want to come down quite as quickly after each one of those. And we'll see, you know, in a minute or two here where that really truly bottoms out. Anywhere in the 130s, I'm pretty good with it. That's what I consider for myself fully recovered. So we'll just keep spinning here. Get all the bad stuff that we're working up, get that stuff cycled out of our legs. And that's going to give us a better quality interval number 3. The one thing I got to say about this course that I'm noticing, so there's a couple of those little punchy climbs, but the backside of this lap is a lot of downhill. So there's going to be a lot of recovery after each one of these climbs. So putting in the anaerobic work that I have been, I think is going to be a big benefit. You know, that's a great part about this kind of time crunch plan that I've been doing, is I've been doing way more high intensity anaerobic work than I typically would do, and that really seems to be paying massive dividends. I gotta say, I think this is, you know, even once I have time to sit and do endurance rides, I think this kind of work is here to stay. I certainly don't love every single ride, but I really love what I seem to be capable of as a result. Now, I think it's important, or maybe not important, but it's worth noting. If you've been riding this game for any length of time, you know, you get to see all your, you know, you get to see a lot of your data, which is really awesome. So you probably have noticed, you know, when you stand up, you know, when you take a drink, when you talk, all of those things have an increase or have an effect on your heart rate. So when it's time, especially in a workout like this, when it's time to stand up and stretch out, I like to do it in the middle or at the beginning of one of those recovery efforts to give my heart rate time to come back down again. And look at that. There's arch number 3, 30 seconds away. Feeling good. Feeling real good. All right, shift. You see, I go a little early. Find my gear. I want to be ready to go once I hit that arch. And on these short ones, you got to make sure you pedal through the arch on the other side. We're only there for 19 seconds. You want to be, you give it as quality of 19 seconds as you can. All right, let's breathe for a minute. Reed's ginger beer. That's what I'm craving right now. It's almost always something. Getting in the middle of a workout and it's like, oh man. Usually it's food. It's usually not a soda like that. There was bubble gum a few weeks ago though. That was weird. I never chew bubble gum. And it's like, why would that even enter my mind? But yeah, Reed's ginger beer is one of my all-time favorite flavors of anything. See if reach out and see if they'll sponsor my stream. Give me like a discount or something. I don't know if that's really the nutrition I want to be promoting. I don't know if that's going to make you ride your bike any faster, but hey, there's one way to find out, right? I'll put myself on an intense regimen of Reeds and report back. I'll do it so you don't have to. That's what I'm willing to sacrifice. It'll be like the Super Size Me documentary, but with ginger beer. I remember what I'd seen from that where I forget the dude's name now who did that doc, but he goes into his doctor and the doctor's telling him looking at his some of his metrics and stuff from before he started to where he was at, and the doctor's just like, you gotta stop, man. You gotta stop doing this. I just envision the same as I'm chugging down a Reeds. The doctor's like, you gotta stop. This is you've gone too far. And I'll be just like, oh yeah, totally, dude. Yeah, totally gotta stop. I can quit anytime I want, really. Oh look, I started again. Oh, that'll be interesting. Have a carbonated beverage in your water bottle. Yeah, there's nothing that goes down more smooth in the middle of a ride than some thick, syrupy, carbonated beverage. I was hoping to talk myself out of it, but I'm not gonna lie, it's actually still sounding good. So if you know somebody at Reed's, help us make this connection. It feels like fate at this point. It was meant to be. EXJ and Reed's ginger beer. Peas and carrots, peanut butter and jelly. Eric and Reed's. Hey, look at that, a minute to go. So what I'm going to do here for these last three is I'm going to kind of ramp into it to where I should be, to where my zone is, and I'm going to try to kind of keep ramping through it. see if I can ramp it to like 900. From like 800 to 900. That's going to require getting into my gear. And off we go. Yeah, I think now that I got 4 of those in the can, I was thinking maybe I had a little more power in my legs, but that's the thing about your eye levels. Being based off your power duration curve. And that PDC knows right where you should be. And what'll be awesome, I've been riding these strong. I'll be able to progress this. It automatically progressed me to 19 based on most of my previous work. But I should be able to, I think it's going to progress me beyond both the 19 seconds and the 800 watts. But we'll see at the end what that all looks like. I could also progress beyond 6 intervals, and I could try to shorten up that rest between these a little bit too, which I'd rather not do. I'd rather really have that full recovery. But, I am trying to get this all done in an hour, so we'll take a look at it. We'll see. We'll see what it says. See what the numbers say when this is all said and done. Yeah, this hill right here will be the big obstacle of the race. And it looks like it's a little longer than the hill in Crit City. And you don't get quite the same run in. I feel like the one in Crit City, you hit with a little speed. It is around a corner, but it'll just be about seeing if I can hang with that lead group. Because there is plenty of recovery. Once you hit the top of this hill, there just isn't much you got to worry about from a raw wattage standpoint, it looks like. And my experience with the racing, well, you know, here's the thing though. So you hit this is kind of a false flat at the top. It kind of levels out, but then it only flattens out to like a 2% climb. So that still might be enough to challenge me. But you are going fast enough here to catch a little bit of a draft, so I will definitely run a hot lap. I was waiting for one of you guys to peer pressure me into it, but I'm gonna peer pressure myself into it. So, all right, so you crest this, and that puts you right into the sprint segment. And now what I have not been paying attention to is where the lap actually ends. Alright, so we got a little rise here going into the sprint. That I knew about. Then we get to kind of recover. Yeah, I think in my head, there was more recovery because I wasn't really paying attention to that false flat. Oh, 2% is not really a false flat, but you know, it's still kind of a climb, but you know what I'm saying. So, come off the sprint, then we get our recovery. Oh, we got ourselves an interval coming up here. All right, here we are. Crazy how you can really just watch that fade. Oh, only one left. All right, another little bump. Little 6% bump. And this is where I'm going to have to push over the top and make sure I don't lose my group. Hopefully it's the lead group, but whatever group I happen to be with. Honestly, I have no idea where the lap begins and ends. Should be at a higher cadence. Man, these laps are fast. 3K is not much. But when you do it 10 times, it adds up. Especially when you're burning pretty hot like that. A minute to go to the last one. There's the last arch. It may not look like much on paper, but this ride is still taxing. You know, you look at all that recovery built in, but those efforts are tough, and they add up. I feel like I could probably still do one or two more, but you know, let's see what the numbers say at the end of this. And that's something I can add into my progression. And if you're working with a coach, that'd be something to add into your notes, into your comments. Just be like, hey, got the work done. Felt like I could do more. Now I'm going to go on the record to say I am not looking forward to autumn and winter, but I am looking forward to having this excess pollen in the air. Or what did I just say? I want the excess pollen out of the air. That's what I meant to say. Take two. We'll fix it in post. I'll get my production team on that. Well, feeling pretty good, cooling down. I don't know if I don't think we talked about it all, the difference between intensive anaerobic and extensive. So I have both workouts in my regimen. Those are things that, those are two peas in the same pod, I guess you could say. Things, two different things you should be working on. Having more functional reserve capacity is something that we all want. And it's kind of two different ways to go about it. It's two different ways to go about it, two different ways you can use your FRC. This is intensive FRC, which just means shorter duration, higher intensity, more intense. And extensive, of course, extending over time, longer duration, lower intensity. It's still very intense, but relatively speaking, lower intensity. It's good to be able to break out 800 watts for 20 seconds here and there. Especially when you're racing. have that capability, you know, or to break out, you know, 600 watts for 40 seconds. You know, there are a lot of times where those, you know, having that skill, having developed that, is going to come in super handy. Well, I'm going to open up my companion app here, and I'm going to just kill this cooldown. I'll wait till I'm at the top of this little rise though. I'll turn a hot lap, and we'll hit that at full speed, or whatever full speed is now that I've burned off some of my fuel reserves. All right. Well, let's just take a quick peek here. 1,000 watts. Wow. Holy cow. All right, I'll take that. I mean, not really what we were aiming for today. It's a little extra credit. And I gotta turn the 3-second average. I do. There's things about it that I like, but it really is kind of. Oh, holy cow! Look where I'm at on that sprint. Didn't even. I was just doing like an FTP through there. I think did I hit a? I don't remember hitting it during an active FRC, but maybe I did. All right, you know what? We'll use this as our arch for the hot lap. I'm not going to go too hot. I can feel fatigue in my legs, so I really want to feel the course. Ooh, third place. All right. Well, it's all gonna come down. Let's catch my breath a little. All right. So it's all going to come down to how intense we hit that 2% quote unquote flat on the top of that second climb. If I can zone for it like that, I'll be in good shape, I think. Well, time will tell. What I'm going to need to do now is get some good nutrition, get some good rest, do some stretching, whole lot of stretching, and hit tomorrow's race as fresh as possible. So we'll be at it in prime time, 7 p.m. Central Time. There we go. I'm into the 130s. I feel pretty good about that. There's no reason to keep grinding. All right. So let's have a look, shall we? And you know what? I'm not going to mess around with my camera. You've seen my face, my smiling mug plenty. So we'll just take a quick look here and see. Well, I can certainly say way fewer skip frames notifications, so that is a step in the right direction. Let's see. All right. Yeah, 100 TSS is a little more than I was aiming for today, but that's all right. All right, let's just take a quick peek here. Peaked our heart rate at 181 there. Yeah, so well, especially because I was able to do this, that tells me that I think this workout, I definitely pushed some. No question about that. I mean, 100 TSS. I mean, come on. That is plenty. But I think I got more in the tank for sure. I think that's what we're gonna find out there. Yeah, I feel good about that. I feel good about the lap. I think I'll be able to hang in there. At least I know I won't embarrass myself. That's really about all you can ask for, right? So tomorrow's race day. You know what? And let's not focus beyond that. Tomorrow's race day, 7 p.m. There's more coming up. There's more really awesome stuff workout-wise coming out, but join me tomorrow. Let's see. That's where we put all of this to work. The end of next week we're going to do some testing, and that'll reset our zones and refocus our training. But this tomorrow is kind of the culmination of all the effort that I've put forward over the last couple of weeks. So join me tomorrow, 7 p.m. You can watch on Twitch at twitch.tv/EricXJohnson. Give me a follow there if you haven't been following. I'm trying to get to 50. That would be super rad of you. I'm gonna come up with something for a giveaway or something for my last few followers. Like maybe 48, 49, and 50 will get something special. We'll see. I don't want to spoil it for. You know what? I'll come up with something. I don't want to spoil it for everybody else that follows before then. So I'll do something for all you guys and gals, all you folks. Well, let's see. I think that's it. Yeah, follow me on Twitch, twitch.tv/EricXJohnson, Eric X Johnson on Facebook, and something of the same effect on YouTube. I can't remember what it is right off the top of my head. That's how, like I say, blood's in my legs, not in my brain right now. So, but you can follow me on YouTube as well. So, 7 p.m. tomorrow. I need you. I need you there cheering me on. Pull me through. Get your cowbells out. All right. Join me then. Really look forward to seeing you. Have a good one.